sorry about that. I'm doing this on my phone and it got a bit overheated, so just turn it off for a second. So this will be in two parts. It'll look very disjointed, so I do apologise for that. Anyway, back to this. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, look at that, the green on the sky. I think it's on. It's on Comic Kayfabe where it said never use blue for the sky, and this proves why not. I mean, it's got purple hues, green hues, brown hues. Amazing. I just love his line work. He can go from really. I mean, this is the guy who did Blueberry, which is a very detailed, hands down the best Western ever in comic format. And then he does this such fine. Sorry, it just came up, flashed up then saying my phone's too hot, so I don't know how long I'll keep this up for. Okay, I'm just going to skip on a bit later on now. So look at that spread. I don't want to go too in depth because it'd be nice for you to experience this for yourself. But just want to give you a general overview of the artwork. So this is in chapter 2 now. I've cut out loads of pages there. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. This book is such high quality. Dark Horse I'd say Dark Horse and Humanoids do the nicest format of luxury books, of hardback books. Yeah, I like DC and Marvel's omnibuses, but I think for them it's more quantity over quality. But these chunky books, but they focus very much on the quality. I'd say it's level pegging with Humanoids and Dark Horse are the highest quality books what you can get in hardback version. They look just as they like work, just something so beautiful to look at, but the stories and the artwork is something to really enjoy as well. Okay, so that's that. Just jump ahead. I don't want to give too much away because I've not read this yet. Gorgeous artwork. Just hope no. This is more like his Incal meets Blueberry artwork actually here. A bit more, the line work's different to his earlier story. I mean, just look at that. You can even see his influence on fashion. I mean, like fashion designers like Jean-Paul Gaultier. You can tell he must have read some Moebius in his youth because the styles are very similar. There we go. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm just moving it on, just cutting out chunks of story, just give you a general overview of the evolving style of arts in the stories, how the stories have changed as well when they move on. I have no idea what that's about, but that is some seriously funky costumes going on there. And again, gorgeous. I might as well, could call this video gorgeous because it seems to be saying that more than anything. And there's another bit. And this is on to another chapter now, another book. I mean, his imagination is limitless. You couldn't... No studio could recreate the beauty of his landscapes and the creatures that inhabit them. Just absolutely fantastic. And his vehicle work as well. Just everything. He really was in a class of his own, Moebius was. I mean, like a lot of European artists like Bilal, Manara, people like that, but I mean, I'm always drawn back to Moebius. Just something so fresh and modern, even though some of these strips are like done in the 70s and 60s. Some are done in... this one is done in the 90s. It was always just leagues ahead. And you can see in his influence on a lot of today's artists who've made it from the UK and America. I mean, people like Brendan McCarthy with the colour styles. Dave Taylor, and in the US there's numerous artists who you can tell they've definitely been influenced by his style, especially how he does the layouts and action sequences. I mean, just look at that, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to cut a big chunk out now and go on to the next. A bit further on now. I mean, look at the... oh my goodness. Some more. And this is the end bit, so that's the complete story. So it's got a nice biography. There's the man of Moebius. There's the man himself, Jean-Luc Girard. I think it was Luc, I'm not sure, I could be wrong there. But Jean Girard, anyway. Moebius was Moebius was the name that he used when he was doing his own fantasy projects, like his science fiction stories. He used his real name, Girard, when he was doing his blueberry strips, his western strips. And special thanks. And there's a bibliography in the back. I wish they'd do more English language Moebius strips. They used to in the 80s. They did the blueberry comics Epic did years and years ago, and they were really nice. But I really do wish that they brought them all out again. We've got the Moebius library where it's like what's going on in his head, but I would love to see more stuff brought out. I know I'd buy them, and I'm sure places like Cartoonist Kayfabe, not Gemmint, I forgot what they're called anyway, but some of these like trade paperback and graphic novel and omnibus sites, they've like gone in depth a bit on European artists, and he is one of the standouts. He is one of the kings of European art. So anyway, that's it. A brief I hope this video turns out okay. This was a brief overlook of the book itself, and it's called The World of Edena from Dark Horse by Moebius. Easily readily available online in most bookshops. And I do highly recommend it. And like I said, the next video you'll see my ugly mug, and I'll go through Thriller quite in depth, look at the artwork on that, and some other books that I've got recent that I've really I'm quite pleased with what I got. Okay, so hopefully speak to you soon, and you'll see my ugly mug, and hope this video turns out okay because my phone's overheating. Okay, bye.